Turn it up, y'all. Peak flow. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter, right? Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets? That's a close encounter of what kind? But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did.
Playing scared.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip.
Okay, Coach. Well, from a city that normally gets only about 20 inches of snow a year, they're getting a pretty good wallop right now as we're at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So nice number one. Hey, look, here I come.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Let's go. Hey, hold on. 50, Mike 50, huh? Let's go. Defense. Hey, defense. Here we go. Check 3. Check 50. Slam. Check 52. Watch twist. Check. Crunch. Switch. Watch that.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
At their 48-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the screen.
Here's Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore in the middle of last year, led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You better break it. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
From the gun, Jackson. This one complete to Ingram. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Run the mic. Watch one. Watch one. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Ball. Watch the twins. Check, 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 check. So Mike's number 1, Mike's number 1. Let's put him on the buses.
Draw play. Ingram now. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's filling them in the offensive backfield.
Hey, watch this, watch this.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. This is counter. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hey, we got four down. Tighten up. 25, check 25. Squeeze. Kill. Check 43. That's it.
Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Devin Bush in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
To throw is Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep for the Steelers, Ryan Switzer. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Fielded at the 20. We're scoreless after 1. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On 2nd down, Samuels. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Let's make these babies crawl.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Now a give right side. It's Grant. A nice job of just sticking the helmet down 9 yards on the play, but still 3rd and 12 now.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Play fake to counter. Now Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 48. And this one is right down Broadway. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Jackson now, operating from the gun. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Well, Snead figures to be an important veteran presence for Lamar Jackson. 2 years ago, it was a disappointing 2017 for Snead. That was in New Orleans. But then had a bit of a bounce-back campaign a season ago in his first go-around with Baltimore. 62 catches, 650 yards. Did have surgery in the offseason on his left index finger, but back to full health and ready to go. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Jackson going to throw again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And a short gain down to about the 33. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
Like 20.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 14. At the Ravens' 33.
Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
A 49-yard attempt.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that will make it 6-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a 1st down.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Check. Check out route. 80 weapon. Check 9. Go. Off.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Jackson. Got him in. It's Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Shoot. Take 4.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson flush to his right. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Bud Dupree in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now 3rd and 5.
Yeah, 70 ending. Time to go, night. Watch tight end. Hey.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
First and 10.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. And let's get this, get this.
To throw is Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Throwing again, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw again is Jackson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he's got it to make it now 13-0.
Makes the score Steelers 13, Ravens nothing. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
The one thing is to remember
that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush.
you're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Cotter on first down, not going to get a whole lot. Maybe a couple. Second down coming up. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 10.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. On 3rd down, here's Samuels. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Boswell's kick is good. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This one taken from the 7. And And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Gets this to his running back. That's Jalen Samuels. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 22. Think about some of the memorable performances that Ben Roethlisberger's had over the years, and one of them came against the Ravens. He threw 6 touchdowns back in 2014 in a win against Baltimore. And actually, now that I think about it, that was on the heels of a 6-touchdown performance in a win over Indianapolis the week prior. So October of 2014 was kind to Big Ben. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
180. Got to do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Now Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
180. Easy.
They'll run on 1st down. Grant. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Corey Grant, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one.